Hello, everybody. Julie Deanne here with Illuminate Your Life. We're here to shine your light. And today I have a very special guest. This is one of the first times that I'm interviewing someone on my channel. Uh, she is a lovely conscious parenting coach and a mom named Miss Jahanvi. So we are welcoming here Jahanvi, and we are here today to talk about my passion, getting meditation taught in schools, and the power of meditation as quite possibly the most important technique you could ever teach yourself and your children. So welcome, Jahanvi.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to our talk today.
Wonderful. Yes. And I know that you and I have had a few conversations over the past few weeks, and I'm so glad to bring you now on the channel for this conversation. You had told me a story about your daughter, but before we get to that, um, I just want to say that the power of meditation, the power of simply teaching yourself and then your children how to control your breathing, it's life changing, right?
Totally, totally. Yep.
And I've also recently learned that it's not just when you control that breathing, right? And you do that deep, slow breathing where you exhale longer than you inhale, that sends a powerful signal to your mind that you're at rest, and it takes you out of the stress mode, out of flight or flight, and puts you back into the rest, digest, create mode. It instantly calms your body down. But even more importantly, getting the oxygen into your body and learning different breath techniques can actually heal you. There's science backing this up now. It's
Hmm.
so fascinating. I'm going to be
Wow.
doing a video later on about what I've learned about the science behind different types of breath techniques and how you can actually start to improve your digestion, improve your sleep, improve your health, everything. But
Mm, I love
before,
it.
yeah,
I
it's
have
so
like
exciting.
explored a little bit myself, but yeah, I mean, there's so much out there to learn for sure. And you're such an expert on this topic. So yeah, I look forward to learning more through you.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Well, I am looking forward to hearing more about how meditation has changed your life and your daughter's life as well.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love to share this story. Actually, I didn't know this could have been a story till I spoke to you, so I'm so glad you saw it. Like this could be so helpful to so many people out there and the schools out there. So, starting with me for years, I've been practicing, on and off
Mhm.
yoga and meditation, but it has been like consistently since my parenting started because
Mm,
that's when I think I needed the most that, okay, I need to have an anchor, I need to have a go-to that I can rest on. And when I started seeing how wonderfully it was working, how I could bring my calmness in the chaos, it was
mm.
mind-blowing to me that, wow, but I also learned it had to be a regular practice. Like I
Oh, yeah.
cannot do it for once a month and it could
Like
work,
brushing
but
our
it
teeth,
didn't.
right?
Exactly. It's like brushing your teeth every morning. Just do it. Uh,
Yeah.
and there's, first, before I thought, oh, I need to focus, I need to concentrate. But when I learned deeper and deeper, I was like, no, I just need to sit. And like you said, the
Hmm.
power of breath.
Hmm.
Just, like I've learned mantra meditations, I've learned a lot of different ones, but Vipassana meditation is what I personally resonated with the most.
Hmm.
And it's just the breath, but that brought me to presence. Like I was able to bring more presence and
Mm.
not be in the past or not in the future, but now,
Right.
power of now. And that
Yeah.
the breath helped me bring that power. So my child may be throwing a tantrum, and I could just focus on this breath, focus on the breath. I just mentally focus on your breath, son, John V. Just focus
Yeah.
on your breath. And of course, it took practice, but like it started coming in more and more naturally for me. So which
Oh.
was like, and when I started seeing it so powerfully, like, because of that daily practice, I was able to bring in that power of breath in the
Mm.
chaos. And that was just mind blowing to me. So for years, I've been
Beautiful.
practicing and I always hoped my daughter would learn
Oh, right.
and
I know how
meditate.
difficult that is.
Because, I felt like being a conscious parenting coach. I was like, okay, I'm going to practice it. I'm going to exemplify it. So, of course, they're going to learn. And I was so confident, right? Uh,
Right.
and I just didn't tell my kids about mindfulness, right? Like I modeled it every
Mhm.
day. So like I breathed through the chaos, I meditated during meltdowns, I tried to invite them
Oh,
in, but no matter
yeah.
how gently I offered, they resisted, especially my daughter.
Ah,
And I remember it's so funny. My daughter would say, "Hey, mom, that's your thing. That's your thing, not mine."
I've heard that same my daughter has said the same thing. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. All kids, right?
So being as much as present and conscious and authentically I like to be, I just let it go,
Mhm.
right? I kept
Very
exemplifying
smart.
it and all. And I really trusted that the trust was like I really learned like when we parent with fear versus trust, it's a whole game changer. So I
Mhm.
trusted the seeds were being planted, even if they hadn't sprouted yet, right?
Mhm.
And then I kid you not, Julie, one day everything changed with this one single school flyer. My daughter came home, eyes all sparkling and waving this paper. She had it in her hand.
Yeah.
And she asked, Mom, there's a yoga club at school. Can I join?
Perfect, right?
Manifestation. It's working.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is
Right?
awesome. So,
Yeah.
was it an after school program?
It was an after school program.
Okay.
It was a club after once a week, kind of a thing.
Oh.
And I try to stay all casual up
Mhm.
front,
Yeah, you're like,
right?
"Okay,
But
whatever, if
I
you
know
wanna
my
do it, right?"
heart did a little cartwheel. And I said, of course, sweetheart, you can.
Oh, nice. So she learned the deep breathing through the yoga class, I'm assuming.
Yeah, she
Is that
learned breathing, the deep breathing, and guided meditation and all that through the yoga
Oh,
class. And a few weeks into it, she was hooked. She was
wow.
hooked. She'd come home showing us breath work, the
Mm,
warrior poses, and the
oh,
affirmations,
oh,
doing guided meditation in the nighttime. With
yeah.
my son can be, all over the place. Like sleeping is boring, right? Like
Mm,
it's fun. Why do we have to go to sleep? So
right, right, too much.
he would bring in, Lana, let's do some guided meditation. I'm going to walk you through a beautiful journey. And
Oh,
she would be so creative, Julie. Like she would talk about the clouds and the colors and like, oh
oh,
my gosh, it made me fall asleep. It was
yeah.
beautiful.
Oh, that's so fantastic. So she got the whole family involved.
Totally. So I'll tell you.
Oh,
So so one Sunday morning, there was this it just melted my heart moment. This Sunday morning, we found a handwritten note, schedule taped to the fridge that said in big letters, family yoga at 9 a.m. Attendance mandatory, mommy, papa, Sano, and me.
oh,
And literally, just like that, we had a new family ritual, right? Every Sunday, our living room turns into a mini yoga studio. No
oh,
screens, no rushing,
wow.
no schedules, just mats, giggles, breathing, and being together. And it's been such a
Oh,
beautiful journey.
oh my gosh. Now that just melts my heart. I can just picture you guys. That is so beautiful. And she's leading this, right? She's leading it for you.
Oh yeah, she's such a leader. She has
Oh,
such a leadership
beautiful.
personality. So
Oh,
this
that's
is
great.
like such a great thing. And the best part, Julie, is her younger brother, who is going to be 7 in July, who had
Uh-huh.
initially laughed at the whole idea, right?
Oh, yeah.
Slowly joined in too. He saw his sister light up and wanted it.
Yeah.
And guess what? He signed up for the school yoga club himself.
Oh,
And now,
that's
they
so
both are
great.
practicing mindfulness together and they teach each other, they remind
Oh, yeah.
us to pause. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And I didn't have to do anything.
Wow.
Even that,
There
other
you
than
go. And
exemplifying it.
oh my gosh, that is so phenomenal. Now, so her little brother was 7. How old was she when she started this?
So I'll tell you, like when she was younger, there was this app, right? I always
Oh,
forget it. It's from London.
Calm? Is it the Calm app?
Uh,
Or there's several?
Maybe it's on based
Okay.
on story, right? She does this.
Oh,
It's mainly tailored toward kids. So when she was
cool.
much younger, like when it was, I think she was a little more adaptive. But
Mm,
I think me, I guess I was maybe hovering over too much, and I little by little she lost interest. But when
mm,
she was probably four-ish, now she is 10. But when she was four-ish,
okay.
she was, that YouTube channel really interested her.
Yeah.
So she would get on it here and there and would want to do it. And her brother would start out with her, but then he would
Mm,
just sit in the couch,
doing.
watch watch her doing it, but not participate or nothing, right?
That's
So,
funny.
but then, after the yoga, after when she brought in from the school, that's when the magic occurred and that's when the consistency occurred.
Oh. So is she still doing or do you guys still do the family yoga or is she doing it on her own
We
or?
have missed, last few months it's been a little crazy for us, but I'm
Sure.
thinking, we need to bring that back in starting this summer,
Oh,
because they
yeah.
didn't have camp or anything. We have
Mhm.
a very, light, schedule, so we'll be able to incorporate it
Fine.
even on a daily basis, because I personally do it on an almost daily basis. So I would love for them
Yeah.
to, do it with me, or it could be once a week family thing because dad doesn't usually join every day, but at least once a week it could.
Sure. Yeah. It'd be a great way for, again, family bonding time and doing something healthy and fun. And oh my gosh, that is so awesome.
Yeah, it's
So
it's
did
beautiful.
did you find after she started doing that, like, how were your interactions as a family and like maybe between the kids? Did you find that things were a little bit calmer or did you notice any difference?
Yeah, it was definitely, we are big into emotional intelligence, Julie. So really the emotion piece and all. So with the yoga and mindfulness practice, I think we got even more expressive. We even
Okay.
got, more, uh, and I think I started also seeing, my son is all emotions.
Oh,
And
good.
with this practice, when we were consistent, especially,
Mhm.
with this practice, he was able to, I think the tantrums got lesser and less frequent.
Oh,
And
good.
it made a difference because he had a place to go to, right? Like
Yeah.
he wasn't accumulating. And then when it blowed. It wasn't like that.
Right.
He had an anchor to go to knowingly. He didn't know what he was just having fun time.
And a calm outlet. Yeah.
Right, right. So it was when he was doing the club, I saw that difference, and that's why I'm as a leader of the family, I want to bring this back on more consistent basis in my household because I know
Yeah.
what it shifted for us, and also sibling fights. I saw it
Mhm.
occurring less. It was like so funny, like one more thing we could add on and how dramatically it could make such a huge difference. So I
Wow.
seeing that.
Well, you're seeing that in your family. I can only imagine how much it helped in the schools, right? For all the kids that were doing this, and then they're coming into the classroom, they're less triggered, they're less hyper. They have the tool, right? And
Totally,
then interactions and other kids are seeing this. You know how kids pick up things like that, right?
they do.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah. This is
uh,
what taught
that's
me, Julie,
beautiful.
that as parents, we plant the seeds, but
Mhm.
sometimes it takes a village, a trusted
Absolutely.
a school community, right? For those
Mhm.
seeds to sprout, right? It was never that they weren't listening to me. It's just
Nope.
that having yoga introduced through school made it feel authentic and theirs.
Mhm.
It was their decision. Like she brought
Right.
in with the flyer and she wanting to do this herself, not because mommy said so, because
Right.
she imposed it on to.
And it was an offer, right? It was an option. Plus, you had all these other kids, and they could do it as a group. She could do it with her friends, and as
Yeah,
you saw, the siblings brought them in. I mean, yeah, that is the power of having it in the school, right? And
yeah,
I was just thinking, I mean, this was an after school program, but what if it were an everyday, like the start of the school day, like every classroom? And again, it doesn't have to be long, right? It doesn't have to be all out yoga even either.
No, no,
It could
not at all.
simply be a 5-minute breathing practice where you just say a couple of
Like
positive
it.
statements to yourself. You don't even have to say it out loud. As long as the kids have the framework, right? They get
Yeah.
some guidance, and then like your daughter did, she gets really creative and starts doing her own.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
oh my gosh, that's my vision that every
I love your
classroom,
vision.
every child would have this.
I love that, Julie, because in this fast-paced, high-pressure world, our children don't just need information, they need inner resources. They need
Yeah.
emotional intelligence and emotional regulation, right? They needed
Mhm.
anchors to return to at the end of the crazy days they see they're going to see even crazier days down the road,
Oh
right?
yeah.
The
Right.
mindfulness, the yoga, the meditation offers just that, right? If we can make these practices part of our school day and part of
Mhm.
home life too, we're not just teaching them how to stretch, right? We're teaching them how to
Right.
self-soothe, how to connect, how to
Yes.
breathe through life. And I feel like this is such a gift. It's such a gift.
Oh yeah. And these are life skills, right? Because this is going to serve them throughout their entire lives. It grows with them. They can shift and grow it. And I know you and I have talked about we'll do a follow-on interview later on your channel, but like one of the things that I love specializing in and bringing to people is just short, quick, effective, powerful tools that kids and parents and teachers can do in the moment, right? To stop that downward spiral or to flip the switch to get things out of that downward spiraling negative emotions and start to help you feel a little bit more, even in control of yourself, your emotions, self-regulation, but start to move that spiral back up, start to move you back into a more empowered position and
Mm,
feeling good about life and understanding, hey, we're all here learning and growing. Life is happening for you and through you. It's not about what's happening to you. It's happening for you and through you. So when you come from that, like you said, right, coming at things from lack or coming from things from a more positive, empowered mindset makes all the difference.
it does. It does. And I think we're lacking tools, in this lot of people like I didn't know, right?
Hmm.
Unless I had
I
walked on
didn't either.
conscious parenting journey, I had no tools. And
Yeah.
our parents didn't know, right? I mean, they
Right.
didn't have it, but now we have so much sources. We have YouTube channels like these, right? We have
I
resources like you to go to. Like, why? Why wouldn't we learn? Why wouldn't we learn if it's going to make our life easier, more connected, more playful and fun? Why not? Right.
right. Fantastic. And like you're modeling, right? Being a conscious parent, you know, and getting people to understand that by just changing yourself and doing these things, like you said, you're planting seeds and you're modeling for your kids are watching everything. We know this, right? Even when we don't think they don't know, they pick up. And I think it's so ironic. Even the other day, I was talking to my daughter and I'm like, she asked me a question. I said, sweetie, I just told you, I just said that. Were you not listening? And of course, the inevitable, what did you say? And yet, there will be
Yeah.
times when things will come out of her mouth, and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't think you heard that," or "How did you know
Should be
that?" "I
listening.
heard you." I'm like, "Well, why are you listening when I don't want you to, and then you're not listening when I do?" But that's life, right? That's life.
It's all good, yes. But that's why
Oh,
we need an anchor to keep us grounded in those crazy
exactly.
moments. And we are the ones with the fully developed brain. Our kids are not. They don't have fully developed brains. And if
Right.
they could
They're
have
developing.
anchors, they can just not just survive but thrive through the whole process, the
Mhm.
whole journey of life. And when they're younger, there's a lot of pressure. There's so much
Yeah.
they're exploring. Their little brains can't take it. But if they have an anchor to go to, it will be so much more smoother.
Right. And you know, that's exactly, I mean, I think you and I were motivated by similar things, to become like I'm a life coach, you're a parenting coach, but it's kind of we're both parents and we're both doing it for the kids, right? Because we remember how it was when we were growing up. I remember thinking once I learned the power of meditation, I just learned it maybe 5 years ago. I was like, "Oh my gosh, where has this been my whole life?" I
Right?
mean, had I known about this when I was a kid, it would have made things would have been so much smoother, and I know I would have made different choices, but our life is what it is.
Yeah.
But to give that now, to have these tools shared with children now, literally, it will change the world, right? Because when you change, what you do changes, everything around you changes. That's how we change the world.
And there is only so much, I think, the school system, the community, I think if they could adopt to
Hmm.
mindfulness, emotional intelligence, like same, just like yoga, they also had emotional intelligence where once a month
Right.
we do activities to
Yeah.
help them understand their emotions and how to deal with their emotions and all. But yeah, having the daily practice, it doesn't have to take extra hour, but this could be a daily, hey, you came back from lunch. All right, before we get to do math, we're going to take just 30 seconds, going to do
Yeah.
3 deep breaths, and we're going to get started with math. I mean, it doesn't have to be something long, but
Long and
having
drawn
the
out. Right.
daily practice and multiple times a day, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever, right? Uh,
Yeah.
because I know
Just
whenever
to
my
connect.
kiddos have had teachers who understands this, who
Oh.
gets this, it has
Mm,
made a big difference because
yeah.
just coming from a parent, sometimes, they need to own it, in an external
Oh,
world.
sure.
And the teachers and community is where it plays a role, where they feel like, okay, this is my ownership. This is my,
Right.
especially as they get older, the preteen and teen years, especially, they want that ownership. They want that autonomy. They want to make their own
Oh, sure.
decisions. Even toddlers do, but, but
Yeah. There's levels.
Right, right. But yeah, so I would love to see down the road, yeah, school implementing more this on a consistent basis. So it's gonna change the
Absolutely.
world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, Jahanvi, I just want to say thank you again for this lovely conversation, and these insights and shared stories. I could probably go on. Just when you were talking, it sparked some other things. I was, oh yeah, and I remember this and that. But you know what? There's always
Yeah.
another time.
Yes, and I
So
can't
we'll
wait to
share this.
learn more. Yeah, I would love to get you on, and we could do part two where we go deeper into how to, because I
Yeah.
think that's where parents, especially I'm seeing, they struggle. Like, they don't know how to. They want to
Right.
teach, but they themselves don't know how to.
Exactly.
They want something fast, right? Like something in the
Hmm.
kids won't have hours. They won't give you
Yeah.
hours and hours. But if you have a quick tool to go to in the
Right.
moment, that would be awesome. So yeah, I would love to bring you on and we could do part two
Awesome.
and go deeper into this. Let's do it.
Definitely. We will definitely do that. All right. Well, all you listeners, and we'll drop the notes in the comments, and then subscribe to the channel definitely so you can get the alert when we do go live again, because we'll be posting on both of our channels, but Jahanvi's channel, which just launched today, by the way. So you'll have to go check it out. Yay. Her link and channel and info will be in the bio as well in the comments. And yeah, drop a comment. Let us know what you thought about today. Let us know what your parenting struggles are. And between the two of us, we can offer some guidance, some tips and tools and tricks that can help you get through those blocks and help your kids too. And like we said, live with more calm confidence, right?
Yeah, that's right. Thank you so
Wonderful.
much for
Thank
having
you so much, Jahanvi. And everybody, we will see you next time. Be luminous.